with another video. Before we get into the video, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn on post notifications. Cardi B goes on one of her useless rants, okay, after Bia basically dragged her. Well, I wouldn't say dragged her, but basically said, I'm not going back and forth with anybody that can't write, okay? So that's what she said in her recent interview with Nessa Nitty, which we went over yesterday. Now, Cardi B has decided to clap back. And basically, this is what she had to say on Spaces.
I was like, oh, all right, now you trying it. Now you see that I didn't. Now you see that you couldn't stir up a beef with you claiming that I was copying you, because clearly I wasn't copying you. Now you want to do funny shit in my crib, like in my home. So that's when I did my shit on that Don't Save 'Em record with Glow and Meg. Like, cause I'ma pop my shit. Then it was completely. I got complete confirmation that she was the one that was going around spreading that rumor to not only that producer, but to other rappers that be around this man, because she said it on her diss, like, put it on your vows that you think. And it's like, girl, but guess what? I bet she can't prove nothing because I never did nothing. All right, cool. Fast forward now, right? You want to say your funky hot breath ass and say, why don't you just enjoy your pregnancy before I say something that hurts your feelings? Well, last year I was pregnant with Blossom, 5 months pregnant, and you was going around saying that I stepped on my marriage with a blood nigga at that. I bitch, you think I don't know who the fuck I am? And now bitches want to act all innocent because you want to know why? Because you see you can't fuck with me. You can't fuck with me. Then you can talk about I'm not going back and forth with Party when your biggest record, the Bodega record, is a reference. I have the reference on my phone. A man going word for word, bar for bar. So y'all can't even play me with that writing shit. I got the whole lot of money record. That shit was sent to me first, and I dubbed it. The whole lot of money record. That shit was sent to me first, and I dubbed it. And I have the reference track. So I don't want to hear none of that shit with that writer shit. The shit is, y'all bitches starting to realize that y'all thought I was an easy target to pick on, and I'm not.
Cardi B, you bragging about getting a reference track before Bia is not the W that you think it is, okay? That just means that you have writers, okay? You can say whatever you want about Bia and say, oh, well, I got the reference track first for a whole lot of money. It don't really matter. That just proves you don't write shit, okay? You slow bitch. You're very slow. You just threw yourself under the bus yet again. Yet again. That's all you ever do. You just throw yourself under the bus to make yourself look more of a fool. The girls are out rapping you. You just have more of a push in the industry. But JT, Bia, Scratch Off, Megan, all the girls can easily out rap you, except maybe Sweetie. And even then, I feel like y'all neck to neck with talent. She has a better face card. But you are not a bully. Nobody is scared to drag you. People just know that you got the sympathy train behind you because you're Latina and you're a little bit slow. So people sympathize with the fact that you're not as talented as the rest of the girls. People only like you because they feel like you have a funny personality. I don't see the funny personality. Cardi B never makes me laugh. I'm laughing at her. She looked funny, but I never thought Cardi B was that great personality-wise. But people are attracted to that. So that's the reason why you have the clout. People don't respect you as an artist, and people will never respect you as an artist. So please sit the fuck down. Now, moving on to Bia's album quickly. Bia dropped Bianca, her album, and I feel like she had a lot of hits. She did sample Ckiminaj in one of her songs called Trifling towards the end of the song. I thought the song Trifling was okay. I wasn't really thinking that would be my favorite record on the album, to be quite honest. I can see why she added Nicki, but I really think she did that because she wanted the Barbs to stream. That's what it was giving low key, because even the Nicki sample that she put on the album. I just felt like she could have done it without the Nicki sample, but I feel like she really wanted the Barbs to stream the album. And the album is pretty fire, so I'm not going to say people shouldn't stream it because the album was pretty fire, but I just feel like she did that strategically, in my opinion. And then I would say I do like a few records. I do like Hard Way. That features Becky G, who is another artist that is super talented. And then, she has another song called Bad Guy, which I really like. Okay, that song is pretty fire too. There was another record called These N-Words F on Anything. I feel like that would be a good TikTok song. I like that song too. But the thing is with Bia, I feel like even though this album is fire, I would give this album probably a 9 out of 10. Bia has always been really talented, but I feel like people don't care because it's not about talent anymore. Like, she really got hits on this album, but unfortunately, she just doesn't have the fan base for people to really support her music. Now, moving on to Cardi B and Bia. Even though Bia did say she wasn't throwing shade at Cardi B in the album, she wanted to move on. I did catch some slight shade in her fire song on her album, Guava. Some slight shade, subliminal shade. She wasn't calling Cardi B out by her name. But she did say,
you see me tripping cause I got provoked. She got a pass but it's getting revoked. All of my niggas is giving kick dough. How I look beefing out here with a hoe.
I'm sorry, I think that was shade at Cardi B. Okay? You talking about you giving her a pass and you ain't beefing with no hoe. The only person that you've ever openly beefed with is Cardi B. And a lot of people are considering Cardi B a hoe. No shade, because she is pregnant by Stefan Diddy, who likes men and women and been sleeping around and has a bunch of SA cases, and also married to Off the Cheat still. Okay? The divorce is not finalized. I feel like that was a slight jab, like a slight whack at Cardi B. That's just me now. Okay? But I feel like you gotta come a little bit harder. But Guava is fire. I'm not gonna front that. The album to me is completely fire, but definitely that song. Now, Cardi B did throw some slight shade at Bia, okay? Not only on Spaces, but she also said something on Live.
I'm gonna do a Instagram video to Pretty and Petty as Fuck, but this is how I work. This is how my shit work, right? This is how I work. I know how stressful it is to put an album out. And I know how fucked up you be in the mind when you put an album out and shit. So I feel like if I do a video to Pretty and Petty as Fuck this week, or like today, today, I feel like I'll be bullying. And I don't want to feel like a bully, because when I bully, then God takes from me. If the bitch ain't messing with me, she didn't sub me in her fucking dusty ass album, I'm not gonna do a video like reciting, like, her diss track and shit like that on a day that I know she's stressed. Cause then God will punish me. So I'll do a video tomorrow morning to another song.
Nobody that has any brain cells thinks Cardi B is a bully. Cardi B tries to act like she's a bully, but you don't even write your own raps. I don't understand how you can be a bully by reciting something somebody else wrote. That's not bully behavior. That's a reciter, non-talented female rapper behavior. I'm sure B is not scared of you. Now, JT's still going after Cardi. She said Ugly B has not shut her D-sucking ass mouth since No Hook got leaked. Do that whole rest? When is her honeymoon stage with her new baby daddy? Like, go chill and look pretty. Wait, never mind. Just go chill, purge face. Purge search face, that's nasty. That's real nasty. Bodega Baddie, my ass, you a chopped cheese. Wow. That's from her song No Hook that got leaked. She's claiming that she removed it because it got leaked. I don't fully believe that, JT. I don't believe that it got leaked, and that's why it was taken down off of streaming services. Now, moving on to Queen B and Queen Taylor. It looks like a lot of people are saying Queen Taylor is copying Queen B. Now, it has been reported, since people did not like Queen Taylor's album. Yes, it sold a lot of albums and records and, surpassed Adele. The official numbers come out this Sunday. But a lot of people are saying the album is trash. It has now been reported that Queen Taylor's next release is rumored to mark a return to country, celebrating 20 years of her career. It remains unclear whether the project will be entirely new or a re-recording, okay? Now, here's the thing. I think it was 10, 15 years ago, Queen Taylor said she wouldn't be doing country music anymore. She said that she was officially moving on to pop. I remember she made that big ass announcement years ago. Now that her pop records are not having the impact, okay, she sells, but her recent music don't have the impact, cultural impact that Queen B does. Queen B might sell less, a lot less, because white people don't support Queen B like they do Taylor, but she has a cultural impact. Like Cowboy Carter was a cultural impact on everybody, okay? And so with that being said, a lot of fans are speculating that Queen Taylor's only going back to country because, no shade, Queen B won album of the year with a country album, okay? That's what people are saying. I don't know. Let me know how y'all feel about it. It don't matter what genre Taylor does, she will always be classified as mid. No shade. She don't got the vocals like that. She will always be classified vocally. We're not talking about stats. Vocally, she will be classified as mid. Okay? If I was Queen Taylor, it don't matter what genre you can do. You can go to gospel. It's not going to make a difference. Okay? People still going to say that it's mid. Okay? And I think with Queen Taylor, she got to evolve. She got to have more maturity in her music. I feel like Sabrina Carpenter's music is more mature than Taylor's music. Is it just me, or is that a thing? I feel like she doesn't make music for her age group. Like, you're 35. Okay? Beyonce makes music for her age group. Yes, she attracts younger audience, but she's not trying to be young. I think Queen Taylor should do that. Stop trying to be young because you're not a spring chicken anymore. And it's no shade. Now, moving on to Scratch Off. As we know, Scratch Off tried to act like she did not have an issue with Cardi B calling her a coochie, okay, in a leak recording where she was basically threatening Ice Spice. She publicly said, I believe on another blog, that she wasn't throwing shade when she was in Japan, basically saying coochie, 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 on stage. Now, allegedly, she will be clapping back in the record. I know that Cardi B said that she was going to buy Scratch Off some sort of Birkin or some sort of expensive purse to apologize, but Scratch Off still has an issue. But she just can't publicly say she have an issue because Cardi B has a bigger fan base, and a lot of Cardi B fans do ride for Scratch Off. She knows that. A lot of Cardi B fans, they don't always buy her music, but they stick up for her on social media because Scratch Off still be flopping 95% of the time. But she is gearing up to throw some subliminals at Cardi B in a record. I'm sure she'll backtrack like Doja Cat did when Doja Cat was throwing shade at Cardi B and Ckiminaj and Scarlett. Then she was like, oh no, I love everybody. I think Scratch Off gonna do the same thing, but she gonna move just like Megan. Megan throws shade at Cardi B. Cardi B throws shade at Megan, but then they, in the public, act like they're friends, and they're not.
We love it.
Now, unfortunately, Camel Toe is coming after Young Money. Okay? It has been reported that Devil Nation is suing Champagne Thickums, Aiden Ross, and Kick. They are saying that, one, Champagne Thickums uses bots. They had gotten a investigator to look into Champagne Thickums' numbers, because remember, Champagne Thickums mentioned Devil Nation in his lawsuit with Universal and said that Not Like Us had bots. Well, I guess Devil Nation did their own investigation and they said Champagne Thickums got bots too. But that's not why they're suing Champagne Thickums, Aiden Ross, and Steak. They are suing Champagne Thickums because they believe that Champagne Thickums not only bots, but they pay people to slander their artists at Devil Nation. Okay, now who do they pay to slander? Allegedly Megan Thee Stallion. Okay, so Camel Face and Devil Nation are coming after Aiden Ross and Champagne Thickums because they've been slandering Megan Thee Stallion by saying free Tory. Because I don't see what slander they could have done other than say free Tory. That is not allowed in Devil Nation's world. They don't want y'all to say that no more. Now, here's the kicker, and I hate to be the bearer of bad news, Barbs, but they also will be coming after Ckiminaj. See, they gonna handle this lawsuit first, and then they gonna send a lawsuit to Ckiminaj, because Ckiminaj has been slandering Camel Face. Okay, so they're preparing that lawsuit now. They're handling this one first because Champagne Thickums added Devil Nation to his lawsuit with Universal because Camel Face is in charge of the halftime Super Bowl performance and he chose Kung Fu Kenny. Kung Fu Kenny performed Not Like Us. So, unfortunately, it looks like Devil Nation will be coming after Young Money. Okay? This is not good. I don't understand how they can sue for slander for Champagne Thickums and Aiden Ross. I don't get how that's slander because they said free Tory. But they believe that, you know, they have a lot of influence and people are not believing Megan Thee Stallion. This all ties back to Megan. Basically, they're trying to fix Megan's reputation. People think Megan's a liar and it's Aiden Ross and Champagne Thickums and DJ Academic's fault, who is also not being sued, but he will be deposed by Devil Nation lawyers. And he already was deposed a few months ago. Now, in regards to Nicki Minaj, though, Nicki Minaj has a lot of tweets, you know, calling out Desiree, calling out Camel Face, and they coming after her too. They believe, Desiree and Camel Toe believe that they have a really good defamation case against Nicki Minaj for all her tweets and everything she's been saying about Devil Nation and a RICO. And unfortunately, the RICO allegations against Devil Nation has been cleared in court. So they no longer have that allegation against them in court. Now, unfortunately, it's not looking good for Champagne Thickums. You know, it's his birthday month and it's not looking good. You get sued by Devil Nation, and now it has been reported that Champagne Thickums' lawsuit against UMG over Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us has been dismissed. The court concludes that the allegedly defamatory statements in Not Like Us are non-actionable opinion. The motion to dismiss is granted. UMG's spokesperson said from the outset, the suit was an affront to all artists and their creative expression and never should have seen the light of day. We're pleased with the court's dismissal and look forward to continuing our work successfully promoting Champagne Thickums' music and investing in his career. Champagne Thickums' team responded and said that they will appeal, which I think is dumb, but, you know, that's his right. Let me know how y'all feel about it. In my opinion, I don't feel like Champagne Thickums was defamed. Okay, it was a rap battle and he lost. Okay, if he won, he wouldn't have been in court. You called Kendrick Lamar a woman beater. You said that his kids weren't his. Do you really think the judge was just listening to Not Like Us when all the evidence came out? Do you think she just said, oh, let me listen to Not Like Us and not Family Matters and tailor-made freestyle? She listened to all the records. And this is why I love about Nicki and Kendrick Lamar and even Camel Face. When you go low, they go to hell. Okay? You want to call me a woman beater? I'm going to call you pedo. You want to say Megan Law? You lied about your dead mama. Nas called Camel Face Gay Z. Well, Camel Face came back around and said I left the condom in the baby seat. Okay? If you go low, you gotta take it to hell sometimes. And that's how you teach people not to F with you. So that's why I respect Nicki and Kendrick and even Camel Face. You know, if you mess with them, they gonna take it there. So Champagne Thickums, you asked for it. And now you gotta suffer the repercussions. So you will be receiving 50,000 lashes. But I really want, you know, TDE, Devil Nation, and Young Money to really come together and do like a big collaboration or a festival or something. That would be dope, you know? If we can get Kendrick and Nicki on a record, Kendrick, Nicki, and Sis on a record, you know, Nicki and Jay come out and do something. That would be a cultural reset. I think we really gotta push for some rap unity. There's a lot of beefing going on, and it's getting tired. We gotta push for rap unity. Let me know how y'all feel about that. Anyway, we got some very hot tea on City Sweetie, Nicki Minaj, and Queen Taylor. What's going on behind the scenes with them? Link will be in the description on Patreon. And I hope you guys have a great day.